If someone assassinated my husband, I would not be able to have the level of composure she had during that speech. I would be out for blood. I understand why she's angry and why she said the things that she said. Okay, you need to understand what being a human is, what it's like to actually lose someone that you love, that you chose to spend your life with.
Yikes, Tweaky. So the terminally online attention whore, Twitch streaming left-wing provocateur and champion of all things vicious and sodomitical, Destiny, or as his estranged parents once knew him, Stephen Burnell the 14th or something, or Mr. Borelli to close friends.
Literally,
Mr.
you can
Borelli,
Google it. You can
Mr.
Google
Borelli,
it.
with all
Mr.
due
Finkel's
respect,
Fever.
with all due respect, you're such a fantastic moron. It's terrifying.
Destiny, for all of his twitching, has been banned from the online streaming platform Twitch. Now, isn't that is it ironic? Is that irony? I don't know. I wouldn't want any wordsmith Nazis to come after me in the comments. I'll just say he's, for all of his twitching, he's been banned from Twitch. Now, isn't that? Would you look at that? Isn't that funny? Hello.
Who's Daniel Boland? Oh, Daniel Boland, this is a heavy hitter. Do you guys know who this is?
Fuck it. Fuck the dude. The firefighter guy. Fuck Trump. Fuck the people that support him. I just want you to know, okay? Just in case you're confused or it seems like I'm, whatever. If one of you were in the crowd and you're a conservative fan of mine and you end up, getting blown away or whatever the fuck, I'm making fun of you the next day on Twitter. I am. 100%.
Okay, so we're going to look at some of the clips of Destiny saying the things that have led to him getting banned on Twitch and for others to call for his imprisonment. Now, I'm not somebody, as much as this is Destiny getting his comeuppance, it's karma, I'm not somebody who really celebrates that. I don't enjoy watching people get what they were asking for many years, but that is what's happening.
Oh, I did troll the shit out of the DDoS kid. That's a guy, that's one of the people, legitimately, it's actually kind of scary, how close I was to getting people together to go down to his house and kill him and his family. Or it would have just been him and his father. Because I didn't know anything about it. Dude, that was some of the most fucked up shit in my entire life. I was so fucking close to doing it. But I was making so much money on Twitch, and I don't know if Nathan was involved in yet, but for whatever reason, I decided that the current life I had wasn't worth the risk of... Oh my god, I was so close to this fucking address. I had fucking streets mapped out and fucking you had no fucking idea. That's when I first started getting interest in, owning a weapon. I got a permit to own a gun and everything. Holy...
But what I am really sort of interested in, again, is the motives of why do people do the things that they do? And I look at Destiny as, and I think that his is a cautionary tale of what happens when you play to your echo chamber. Right? And what I mean by that is that Destiny, for some reason, has found a niche that he's managed to rile up, all of the freaks that watch him on his Twitch stream. And he's been goaded into and egged on by the autists and psychopaths that watch him. He's been pushed into this situation where he has to espouse ever more edgy and outrageous opinions in order to maintain the attention, to maintain the gaze of all of these retards that watch him.
Out the crime statistics? Not exactly like...
You need conservatives to be afraid of getting killed when they go to events so that they look to their leadership to turn down the temperature. The issue is right now, they don't feel like there's any fear. I don't know. It's like memes. It's just memes to everybody, I guess. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't care. I'm playing video games, okay? I'm done today. I don't give a fuck. God, it's gonna be so fucking gay if I get killed in the next fucking 2 months of shit I'm doing. Well, the cuck shit out here, please don't anybody make any actual fucking, the most cucked, weak-ass, fucking bullshit-ass speeches on my side. God, if it happens, holy shit, I'm gonna make a death note before I go out to go live and not... God, it's so cucked. It's so optics cucked.
Now, anybody with a bit of dignity a bit of nuance, a bit of a real personality. None of those things Stephen Burnell has. Anyone would know, especially if you're online like me, you know that if you double down on what your niche believe, you're going to get more money and more views, and the algorithm's going to pick you up, right? You can ride that wave to the shore. But I'm just not willing to do that, okay? If anything, I'm just too honest for my own good. I will say stuff from time to time that you disagree with. I'll hold back from saying, he needs to be in prison, he needs to, you know. Stephen Borelli will not do that. He doubles down, he goes further and further. And to be honest, it's sad to watch a man in his late 30s now still rebelling against his Christian conservative upbringing.
How about your parents? If they get their brains blown out at a rally, would you have the same attitude? They are democracy-hating insurrectionists, after all. One, you permaban for asking a stupid question, because the obvious answer, two, is, listen, they're adults. They make their own fucking decisions. If you want to support an insurrectionist president, then whatever comes of that that's your consequences. Again, it's not a fucking joke. My mom is an immigrant to the United States of America. She was 5 years old. Her parents worked really hard to get her here. She served for 20 years in the Air Force, along with my dad. They know exactly what they're doing. They should know exactly what they're supporting. It was my mom that, ranted at me for over a decade about how evil the USSR and Putin and all the Chi-Coms and all that shit. So whatever, if they go to a rally and they whatever the fuck, it's less end of life cost for me to deal with. It's on them. That's their decision. You think I'm gonna fucking lose sleep over that? No. We all have our own paths to walk in life. We all have our own.
All of the years of amphetamines and orgies has washed away, eroded away any humanity. There's no empathy left. There's no love for the world. He's just a tweaking mess, sat on the internet, doesn't know why he's even saying the things he's saying anymore. He doesn't seem to feel anything anymore. And I find that terrifying to look at.
I won't condemn anything until the president of the United States can go on air and say, all of us need to calm down.
So you won't condemn the murder of Charlie Kirk until Donald Trump says something.
I'm a YouTuber. Leftists and Democrats have been condemning and turning down the temperature, condemning violence, turning down the temperature for a decade. Donald Trump can't go on TV and say, all of us need to calm down.
Right.
Can you tell me why he cannot?
Why
tell
would you
his
expect
side
anybody,
to calm down?
Destiny?
You can't answer that. Can you answer that question? Why can't Trump go on TV and say,
question?
all of us should be less violent? You need conservatives to be afraid of getting killed when they go to events so that they look to their leadership to turn down the temperature. The issue is right now, they don't feel like there's any fear.
It's really like Norman Finkelstein said to him, it's just your motor mouth.
Civilians, some incidents of shooting and throwing them explosives are also
talk fast, so people think that you're coherent.
I'm just reading from the UN.
Yeah, but
I know you like them sometimes, only when they agree with you, though.
You got the months wrong.
It really is. There is there's no consistency with what he says. He just speaks very fast. And to give him credit, Destiny is quite a smart guy. I think he's probably got quite a high IQ. In that he seems capable of hyper-focusing on a topic, learning about it, and then showing up to a debate and speaking quite clearly about it. And he's got a good range of vocabulary and all that kind of thing. But the fact is, he doesn't really care about anything he says. I mean, he's very openly a hedonist. He's said for years how he takes drugs all the time. He has sex with men and women all the time. Like, it's a different person every day. He's living a completely debauched lifestyle. And this thing I'm saying about empathy, by the way, is not something I'm making up. Hedonists obviously they get this tunnel vision where they're only focused on pleasure and start to have a diminished sense of empathy and find it more and more difficult to see things from other people's perspective. And amphetamines, by the way, taking amphetamines all day, you think it loves you up and spikes your libido. Yeah, it makes you seek pleasure. People who take amphetamines for years eventually just become numb. They get emotional blunting, they call it, I think. And that's what's happened to Destiny. I don't think this is some crackpot theory of mine. It's what's happened to him. He's a shell. He's just saying stuff at high speed. Whatever will get him some quick revenue on Twitch that he can go and spend on drugs and and whatever else he does in his Caligula lifestyle that he's living.
I think that liberals need to wake up and finally realize that if they're not willing to do it, it will never come down. If you wanted Charlie Kirk to be alive, Donald Trump shouldn't have been president for the second term. Every time he's in office, this happens. People joked about when Biden came in, it was so boring, nothing was going on. 7 out of 10 of the largest protests in American history have happened under Donald Trump.
That's a very, that's a wild take. That's gaslighting on a whole new level, isn't it? You don't you see that it's your fault? If you hadn't voted for Donald Trump, Charlie Kirk would still be alive.
I don't understand you, Destiny. You have so much hatred in your heart, and at the same time, you
it's such a simple thing. If you're going to
hateful.
weaponize somebody's grief against the other party, well, then of course people have a right to fight back against it. I think that she has every right to grieve in whatever way she wants, but when that grief is going to be weaponized to do recruitment, political recruitment, and further radicalization of the other side, then of course you not only have the ability to mock it, I think you have the obligation to mock it. It's insane.
Let me understand.
Oh, poor sweet Anna Kasparian. There's nothing to understand, love. Don't you see it's just words? You don't just have the ability to mock, you have the obligation. No, you don't. What is the obligation to mock a woman who's mourning her 48 hours earlier assassinated husband? Yeah. You have the obligation. Anna Kasparian, who remembers about less than 10 years ago, Anna Kasparian and Cenk Uygur on the Young Turks were seen as the crazy left. Oh, the woke libs that everyone was dunking on. How much further we have fallen, you know, that those people feel like allies now, you know, in common sense. Like we can dispute things about, I don't know, healthcare and gun control, but Jesus Christ, you've got these demons like Destiny. Or Cenk Uygur's nephew, who I think is going to be the next one to lose his revenue. What's his face? Hassan Piker.
I'm sick and tired of it. Left-wingers, liberals, you need to be fucking showing your opponent's guts on there, okay? You need to be gutting them. You need to be shanking these motherfuckers and letting their intestines just ride on stage. What the fuck is this shit, man? Slice them up. Slice them and fucking dice them. What the fuck is this?
874 Bellevue Drive, and I'm gonna kill you with my AR-15. Like that's the type of messages they were leaving in this dude's office, and he's resigning. Like he's literally, this is his last term. So I think that people are a lot more radical.
It's hurt poor people that they can afford housing in Berkeley. I don't know how that works.
My understanding is that the property owners who have properties there choose just not to rent it at all.
Yeah, kill them. Kill those motherfuckers and murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods, dude. If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott. Okay? You wouldn't make Rick Scott, former governor of Florida, Rick Scott, you wouldn't make him the current, what is his current office?
So since others are using her grief to politically recruit, you think that it's okay to mock her specifically?
Since others are using her grief, she's the one who gave a 17-minute speech on TV where she talked about good versus evil. She's the one showing up in
Destiny,
TPUSA ads to 1 or 2 days after.
If someone assassinated my husband, I would not be able to have the level of composure she had during that speech. I would be out for blood. I understand why she's angry and why she said the things that she said. Okay, you need to understand what being a human is, what it's like to actually lose someone that you love, that you chose to spend your life with, that you chose to raise children with, a person who was violently and viciously assassinated like that. This is why I've moved away
and when
from
something
identifying as
you got bullied online. fine. It's so funny. It's so funny that you just
so
said that you
embarrassing
don't
on the
think about
left.
how other people act to define your behavior. Your entire political ideology now is somehow defined by the people that were mean to you on Twitter.
No,
if somebody
it's
cares
not.
about somebody who's
No,
grieving,
I understood
then you tell that
what
person,
the flaws
you
on
tell
the
that
left
person,
happen to
hey,
be. The
maybe you should
weakness in their
step back
arguments.
for a couple of
No,
weeks.
no, it's
Maybe you
not
should
about
take
the
some
way
time
I
to
get
grieve.
treated.
You don't
I get
say,
treated
hey, let's
like
throw a
crap from
camera in
both
front
sides
of
of
you
the
and have
political
you do
aisle.
mass recruitment for our political party while everyone over here is calling for civil war. It's unhinged. When you've got people like Matt Walsh of the Daily Wire and the
we're
President
talking to a guy
calling
who
for
said
civil
he'd be
war.
okay with his own parents getting killed if they went to that Trump rally where that assassination attempt
and we're talking
happened.
to a
There's
woman
no
who went
reasoning
on and
with
did
you,
the whole
Destiny.
conservative media
There's
outlet with
there's
Tucker
no
Carlson
reasoning
and
with
Glenn
you.
Beck.
Yeah, so nice to end there with Destiny gaslighting Anna Kasparian for having spoken to conservatives over the last few years. You know, maybe she's grown up a bit, as she's hit her late 30s and got married and had kids and has some meaning in her life. Maybe she realizes that life is worth something more than the pursuit of pleasure and fame and money being placed above all else. You know, people like Destiny and Hassan Piker are going to be trying to gaslight and draw attention away from themselves in the coming days and weeks because, frankly, they've been saying things. They've been playing a dangerous game for too long, where they've been saying things that really, I'm not sure, are even protected by free speech in America. But it's, you know, it's been allowed to fly under the radar because nothing insane like what happened to Charlie had happened yet. But I think people underestimate how many crazy people are out there that are listening to these freaks. Like, these people just see they're getting more engagement, more clicks, more likes, whatever. And because that is them now, there is no interior. They are just their online persona, Hassan Piker and Destiny. People of that ilk. You know, they're just terminally sitting in front of a camera, having their meals there, in front of a camera all day. Now, don't put me in the same category. I make a video every other day on here, and that's it. I do a lot of other things. I'm not sitting here all day. It turns you into a monster. I think maybe you have to be a bit of a monster to begin with. You know, to choose that lifestyle. They're playing to the psychotic audience, and it's blown up in their faces. So they're going to do whatever they feel they need to do to distract from everybody noticing. And you know, as far as Charlie Kirk's wife, you know, I mean, just don't say anything. Just accept that any sort of any behavior that you think is a bit erratic or whatever. I mean, try to put yourself in her shoes, you know? Yes, I do think people should be calling for calm and perspective. But Destiny and Hassan Pikers, those kinds of people, the Destinys, the Hassan Pikers, the Mr. Borellis, are not the ones to do it. I don't know what needs to happen to them, but frankly, I'm not going to lose any sleep, eh? Hey, Mr. Borelli? Just like you wouldn't have if they'd have... Well, that's enough. I think I'm done for today. If you've enjoyed any part of this video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Follow me on X, follow me on Instagram. It's all under the video. You can click on those links to know when I bring out a new video. Join me on Patreon if you want to help out with the channel even further and get some access to some exclusive videos that I put up on there. And nothing else. I'll leave you with the outro and I'll see you in the next one.
You know, you care too much about money and material things, man.
What are you talking about?
You do.
You're contradicting
Your
yourself.
whole existence is money and material things. That's why now that you don't
Your
have
whole
it,
existence
you're
is
trying
gay.
to prove to everybody.